I came to Dartmouth in 1969 and graduated in 73, and it was the first class with women in it, for example. So it was an amazing time of transformation. I thought I would be an international relations major and ended up being an art major within about 10 days. And so I think having an institution like this that allows that kind of freedom of exploration broadly, and then you can focus, is really important. I also felt that I learned a lot about human values here, and those values can be applied in anything you do. And so there was this rich underlying foundation of behaviors that were worthy of a healthy planet that became part of the foundation of the work. And as someone in the arts, I applied it to architecture, and then probably more broadly to my work at the level of designing cities and now whole protocols for countries. We need new tools, and the tools will be developed by the institutions of higher education, because the students coming from our universities are the ones who will inherit this issue, and it's their creativity and innovation upon which we need to rely. And so I think the great thing I learned at Dartmouth from that perspective was that every 10 years I would put down my tools and take up new tools. So educational places are places of freedom and exploration. They're friendly, and they're willing to experiment with new things. And if this planet needs anything right now, it's friendly people experimenting with new things. The part that excites me about educations of higher learning is that it's not the reduction of lower behavior we're here to do, it's actually higher learning. And so reducing our carbon is essential, but it's framed around the notion that we're going to continue to release carbon for energy, for example, when we have to ask ourselves, is that our intention? Because if I simply say I'm going to have less carbon by 2020, I'm telling the world what I don't want to be. And my goal is zero. And I don't know any student at any institution, certainly a place like Dartmouth, whose goal is zero, is to be nothing. So if we're going to send messages forward, I think higher education is great because higher learning is what we need. So the question is, what kind of energy do we want? So let's talk about being 100% clean energy while we reduce the bad energy to zero, see? Because we don't have an energy problem. We have a material problem. We have carbon, a material, in the atmosphere, the wrong place. A material in the wrong place is known as a toxin. So we have converted carbon, something that we rely on for life itself, into a toxin. And so, yes, campuses should reduce their carbon releases, but the really exciting part is they should become 100% clean powered. That's more interesting. That's what the students can aspire to.